slick suits, smooth talk, and the coolest heists in movie history. The Ocean's movies redefined style, friendship, and finesse, but behind the charm and casino glamour, there are some seriously weird stories you've never heard. From Brad Pitt's non-stop eating to George Clooney's insane prank wars. Let's count 40 weird things about the Ocean's movies that prove the biggest cons didn't just happen on screen. The original Ocean's 11 from 1960 wasn't a major cinematic project. It was basically a Vegas vacation. Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack filmed during the day, performed at night, and partied non-stop. Scripts were barely followed, scenes were improvised, and half the cast showed up hungover. Steven Soderbergh later said the 2001 remake aimed to capture that effortless, friends-having-fun energy, only with a sharper modern twist. Clooney turned every set into a prank war zone. While filming in Italy, he told the local press that Matt Damon demanded to be called Mr. Damon and refused to come out of his trailer unless the temperature was exactly 72 degrees. The rumor made Italian tabloids, and Damon looked like a diva. Damon got him back later. We'll get to that one. At the height of her fame, Julia Roberts got a record-breaking $20 million paycheck for her 5-week role. George Clooney literally sent her the script with a note. "I hear you get 20 a picture now." She laughed and said, "That's right." And she got it. Rusty Ryan eats in almost every scene. Burgers, shrimp, nachos, you name it. Brad Pitt added it himself, saying Rusty's too busy to ever sit down for a meal. Across the trilogy, he's seen eating over 40 times. Pitt later joked he actually gained weight because of it. Screenwriter Ted Griffin wrote Danny Ocean specifically for George Clooney, a modern Sinatra. Charming, calm, and always 2 steps ahead. Even his dialogue was designed to match Clooney's natural rhythm. That painfully awkward handshake between Bernie Mac and Matt Damon? Completely improvised. Mac just went for it. And his comedic timing was so perfect that Soderbergh refused to reshoot it. That wasn't a set. The crew actually filmed inside the Bellagio Casino in Las Vegas, the first production ever allowed to do so. Filming took place after midnight to avoid disrupting gamblers. The entire casino kept operating around them. The casino didn't take chances. Real Bellagio security officers watched the crew the entire time, just in case someone tried a real heist. A few even followed the actors during filming, thinking they might actually be stealing chips. The role of Linus Caldwell was first offered to Mark Wahlberg, who turned it down for Planet of the Apes. Big mistake. Damon stepped in and nailed the insecure genius vibe perfectly. He later said joining the cast felt like the first day at the coolest school in the world. That cartoonish Cockney accent? Yeah, no one knew what he was saying, including British viewers. Cheadle based it on London mechanics he met while filming Traffic, but exaggerated it for fun. Critics roasted him, but fans now consider it iconic. In Ocean's 12, Tess pretends to be Julia Roberts, who happens to be pregnant. The meta twist worked perfectly because Roberts was actually pregnant in real life. It's one of the strangest fourth-wall gags in modern movie history. During filming in Italy, the cast stayed at Clooney's villa on Lake Como instead of hotels. They spent their off days grilling, playing poker, and drinking wine. Catherine Zeta-Jones said it felt like the movie never stopped, just less acting, more espresso. No sound stages. Ocean's 12 shot in over 180 real locations across Europe. Soderbergh ran 5 film units across multiple countries just to make it work. That's why it looks like a high-fashion travel movie, because it basically was. The Fabergé egg storyline was based on a real art theft in Russia. The famous laser dance scene wasn't CGI, it was choreographed like ballet using real motion-tracked lasers and performed by Vincent Cassel himself. That emotional finale? Totally unscripted. Soderbergh just told the cast, "Look satisfied, like you actually pulled it off." The quiet pause became one of the franchise's most iconic endings. After Ocean's 11 blew up, real thieves broke into Clooney's home, thinking he had prop money or jewels from the movie. They left with clothes and electronics. Clooney laughed it off, saying, "They clearly didn't watch the movie. We never kept the money." Rusty's color palette, golds, tans, creams, was intentional. Costume designer Jeffrey Kurland said it reflected his love of money and sunshine. Linus wears blue for caution. Danny wears black for control. Every outfit told part of their story. Andy Garcia modeled his character after real Vegas moguls Steve Wynn and Sheldon Adelson. The handshake, the fake smile, the intimidating calm, all studied directly from the men who built modern Vegas. The Bellagio Super Vault was built from scratch on a soundstage in California. Over 50,000 fake gold bars and more than $100 million in prop cash were used. It looked so real that MGM briefly considered turning it into a tourist attraction. Clooney set a rule: no one could gamble more than $100 per night. Brad Pitt and Don Cheadle broke that rule immediately. Clooney himself lost a few grand one night and ended up buying dinner for the crew. Damon learned pickpocketing from Apollo Robbins, a real-world master thief known for stealing watches from Secret Service agents. Every quick move Linus does was taught by Robbins himself. Soderbergh described Ocean's 11 as cinematic jazz, smooth, rhythmic, and full of improvisation. He even operated the camera himself to keep scenes fluid and alive, like a live jam session. During downtime, the main cast played poker constantly. Bernie Mac was the dealer. Don Cheadle often won. And Clooney. He lost thousands. But it bonded the crew, and that chemistry shows on screen. Carl Reiner thought Saul Bloom died in Ocean's 11 and declined to come back. Soderbergh rewrote the sequel, claiming Saul faked his heart attack. Reiner said yes, and became the trilogy's emotional anchor. Beneath all the charm, each film is secretly about redemption. Danny wants to win back Tess. Rusty wants peace. Linus wants to prove himself. Even Benedict learns humility. The money's never the real goal. The sequel almost didn't happen because Pitt, Damon, and Roberts were all busy. Clooney personally convinced everyone to rearrange their schedules, proving Danny Ocean's leadership wasn't just acting. No CGI here. Vincent Cassel trained in ballet and capoeira for months and performed the entire laser dance sequence himself. Soderbergh filmed it in one long, hypnotic take, a real dance of crime. After Traffic, Soderbergh promised Zeta-Jones a role that matched her elegance and power. So he built Isabelle Lahiri around her. Even her dialogue was rewritten to match her real tone and rhythm. After Damon joked that Clooney was old enough to be their dad, Clooney had the costume department hem all Damon's pants an inch too short. He didn't notice until cameras were rolling. The third movie was made in honor of producer Jerry Weintraub, who was battling health issues. It brought the gang back to Vegas, closing the trilogy where it all began. The fictional bank casino was built in an unused section of the Bellagio. It was so convincing, tourists actually asked to book rooms there. Even the slot machines were real. Willie Banks' flashy style mirrored Pacino's larger-than-life energy. Writers described him as Michael Corleone with a tan. Pacino added his own flair, even choosing his character's too shiny wardrobe himself. Danny Ocean's death is suspiciously vague in Ocean's 8. His tombstone dates don't add up, suggesting he faked it. Clooney approved the Easter egg himself, teasing a possible return. Rihanna was handpicked for the role of Nine Ball. She brought her own look, the dreadlocks, the chill hacker vibe, all her idea. The director called her the modern embodiment of cool. Daphne Kluger is basically Anne Hathaway making fun of herself, vain, dramatic, and overconfident. She improvised most of her lines and later admitted it was the most fun I've ever had playing me, sort of. Bullock imagined that Debbie went to prison for a failed job involving Danny. That unofficial backstory added emotional weight and tied the spin-off directly to the original trilogy. The Ocean's 8 Met Gala sequence featured real fashion designers, stylists, and security guards from the actual event. Filming had to pause whenever real celebrities walked by. Their natural chemistry wasn't scripted. They spent hours rewriting lines together to make their friendship feel genuine, echoing Clooney and Pitt's dynamic from the originals. Every Ocean's movie hides its number somewhere: 11 fountain jets, 12 champagne glasses, 13 flashing lights, even 8 mannequins at the Met. Subtle Easter eggs that reward the sharp-eyed fans. A prequel's in early development, reportedly starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as Danny and Debbie's parents in the 1960s. If it happens, it'll blend vintage Rat Pack style with the slick modern tone we love. The Ocean's films weren't just cool, they were meticulously crafted chaos. Every look, every laugh, every trick of the camera was part of a bigger con. One that fooled audiences for over 2 decades. So, what's your favorite Ocean's moment? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more movie deep dives, where the fun is always one heist ahead.